Hello and welcome to another episode of Checkers for Wreckers. I'm your host, Chaz Grandelius. Today, I'm proud to announce a special guest. This man invented the game we now know as checkers. Larry Checkers, champion of the Czech Olympics of 72, hailing from Narsat, Greenland. Larry Checkers. Now, before we get started, do you have a preference to Larry, or would you be leaning more towards checkers?
I am Larry Checkers. I invented checkers. Life is pain. Booze is the answer. Let us get to the game. I remember this position well. In the checkers world, this is known as the checkers strudel attack, made famous in a match between myself and Walter Strudel in 2002. I beat Strudel hard that day. As if he'd owed me a sack of coins. I am the inventor of checkers.
You have said that already. We do know you're the inventor of checkers, Larry Checkers. As I recall, that game.
I am the inventor of checkers.
You were the inventor of checkers. I do remember that that game earned you a peculiar nickname, the Lord of Sacks. S-A-C-K-S. Oh, a screen fault. Oh, there's a screen fault. That's a weird thing. Interrupting my introduction. It's very. Woo. Oh. So yeah, Lord of Sacks. S-A-C-K-S. Sacks. I believe that's due to the way you grip an opponent in your clutches via unforgiving sacrifice of board material? Is that what it is? Yeah, I believe you sacrifice board material and grip them real hard.
You're too kind, sir, and that is absolutely true. But looking back at the game, the pieces are not flying off the board as expected. Both players appear to be of different minds in their approaches. What we are looking at now is called a paranoid peacock, or for short, the PP position.
Very interesting. What will we have to look for in the PP position?
Well, it isn't that hard to understand. One side has a structural plume of pieces like the peacock's feathers, and the other has a very distinct but thin attacking pattern, resembling a beak and thin legs.
I think I see it now. I'm told you're an expert in the PP position. Are my sources correct? There have been some that dispute this fact.
I wouldn't go as far as to call myself a master, but I will say that I know my way around the PP position because I am the inventor of checkers.
Oh, you are the inventor of checkers. We have to pay you your due respect on that. How do you really describe the game of checkers as the inventor of checkers? I guess you're taken back a bit. That's fine. It's fine. You can take your time.
Sorry, I'm drinking.
That's fine. I mean, this is live television after all. I see there's an arrow on the board. It looks like this player is taunting his opponent. He might be getting ready to king. This may be a very tempting approach for this player. We have to hold our breath and hope it works out.
What was your question? I'm a bit wrong.
So I was just wondering, why, as the inventor of checkers, what does checkers mean to you? There's a very good structure on the board right now. Some taunting going on.
Checkers is great because I invented it.
It's close to your heart then. Is it a sense of accomplishment for you?
Absolutely. I am the inventor of checkers.
Awesome. Spoken like a true man of his craft. Is it just me, or is it starting to heat up on the board? Looks like some moves are being made. Every move seems to be with purpose and intent. Neither player is really skipping a beat.
I could crush either of these whippersnapper
Whoo, shots fired.
snappers. They need 100 more years until they are in the Checkers League.
The pieces are flying, trades are happening, red is making its move, but it seems like the black side won't give an inch. This reminds me of the well-known baked potato position, am I right?
Right, you are, young man. From this perspective, we could see the sumo tuna fish, if there are any trades along the wall. But judging by the quickness of the play, this variation could be ignored. If we see a lull in the action, be prepared for it. We are only a couple of moves away from a well-known checkers endgame, the blacksmith's precise B.
Precipice, I believe. Yeah, the precipice.
Don't correct me, I'm the inventor of checkers. This is by far one of my favorite endgame traps.
How dare I? I apologize, sir. Kind sir. Sir Larry Checkers, I believe. You were knighted, weren't you?
I was crowned king. I said king me. I am the inventor of checkers.
Excellent. There's a little bit of a satellite delay, so I apologize to the viewers tuning in. It appears as if something is happening on screen. I'm being told yes, no, there's not much. Yeah, there's some kings coming on. Some kings coming onto the board. The player is quite enjoying himself. The
more ways than one.
Absolutely. The blacksmith's precipice is definitely a god move sequence, though. Let's see if either player can employ this technique in the endgame. It appears that the player on the screen is mocking his opponent. We may see our first kinging. I'm sorry, we see our first 3 kings. And there are 5 on the board now. We're well ahead of where I believe we were going to be. Incredible. Pieces are going way too quickly. Over to you. The satellite is a bit delayed, though.
What do you want from me?
The game's really beginning, I believe.
Where do I read from in my...
Alright, it appears that...
completely improvised dialogue that is totally not a script.
It appears that the inventor of chess is drunk, so I will go on.
I am the inventor of checkers, you mofo.
He is the inventor of checkers. I believe that we're going to go into the end game here, so... if you want to just comment on the position you see on the board, I'm sure that something will pop up eventually.
You're getting ahead of yourself, sir.
I feel like
you have been improvising your progress a bit too quickly. I think you should go back.
Okay, I should probably go back. But how far would I go back if I were to go back?
Where you left off.
I should go to where I left off, that's right. The idea behind
and maybe stick to the word.
Yeah.
So I can not...
What would you say the reason for the change in this game is? Is it inexperience? Was there a blunder?
Oh my god. I am the inventor of checkers.
Was there a blunder, do you think? I mean, it's looking like it's kind of close to the end here.
You're kind of close to the end. Maybe they should go in slow motion, maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe you should ask me. Maybe you should ask me to please continue.
Maybe I should ask you to please continue.
And apologize for the audience having a screen fault.
That is true. The audience did have a screen fault. Ah, there we are. We can please continue checkers. But we already talked about the blacksmith's precipice, so I think we're about 2 points past it.
I disagree. I want to do it again.
All right. If you want to talk about the blacksmith's precipice, it's all on you.
Well, you see, the idea behind the blacksmith's precipice is to surround a piece on the edge of the board to focus your attack on other pieces.
It looks like
seeing this technique used if either player is as well prepared as the true checkers gods.
Black is kind of employing this right now, I will say that. The blacksmith's precipice is definitely a god move sequence. Let's see if either player can employ this technique in the endgame, but it looks like it is being employed.
I think the players should slow down because they're playing too many dumb moves right now.
They're playing a lot of moves, but I feel like they're just kind of feeling each other out. But would you say the change in the game is due to inexperience? Was there a blunder?
Maybe, maybe not. I'm the inventor of checkers.
Some might say that any game that doesn't feature you is suffering the biggest blunder a game can suffer.
Any game that doesn't feature Larry Checkers has already suffered the biggest blunder a game can suffer. But in terms of technique, I have yet to see a flaw on either side. We will know better in the end game.
Might be seeing a game with a master in the making, one powerful enough to dethrone someone maybe as great as yourself. A new challenger for the master or all masters. Is that possible?
No, because I am Larry Checkers, the inventor of checkers. And if you don't want me here, then you can just ask me to leave. I don't need to sit here and be insulted to my face. I have done more for the game of checkers than the Queen has done for England. I will not tolerate this. Here I am, a gift to this fine game, and I have to put up with this tomfoolery from a droopy-eyed, flat-faced, troglodyte amateur. I'm leaving at once. I'm still the inventor of checkers.
No. Please stay. Certainly my imagination got the better of me. Perhaps I lost myself in my phrasing. Please allow me to try again.
Very well, but you're on thin ice, and in Greenland we like our ice thick.
Thanks for staying. What I mean to ask is, would you consider playing either of these players down the line? Even in just a friendly match?
I'm always available to destroy a young player's hopes. Perhaps I will entertain a game against their winners and crush their dreams in the process.
Oh, the stakes have just raised on and off the board. It appears like our players have heard your challenging words through the ether and are responding in kind. There are now multiple kings on the board, and we are driving into the endgame. So there's exactly 5 kings, 6 kings on the board right now, and we're seeing what's happening. We may be able to see the blacksmith's precipice. Oh, we see a move. He's blocked the piece into the corner. He's blocked them both in. This may be the end. 1 piece taken. 2nd piece, and that's the game. Yes. Thanks for tuning in to Checkers